Prosper Nation. This is your host, Justine, and we're once again back for another digital happy hour episode where we discuss the latest digital trends, news, and tips to help the Philippine MSME grow their business online. So for today, our special guest is Mitch Razote. So Mitch Razote is a trusted real estate realtor and broker that values and focuses on her clients' trust more than anything else. When you work with her, you work with a global brand, Keller Williams, which is the largest real estate franchise in the world with more offices worldwide. So without further ado, let me introduce to you Mitch Razote and from the Prosperna marketing team, Rox Rubio. Hey Mitch, hey Rox, kumusta?
Hi.
Good, all good. How about
Hi,
you?
Justin. Hi, Mitch. You look so good.
Yeah.
I really like your.
Thank
Is that a necklace
you,
or a
you
top?
guys. It's a
Ang
necklace
gandang
and it's
Oh
bongga.
wow, I thought it was a
expensive.
top. Ang ganda naman.
Diba? Kasi we
Bongga.
have to look fashionable kasi they don't see our faces na, diba? So,
True.
try to accessorize naman your neck, diba? And your eyes if you can. So,
Since ito
it's
na lang yung
something
nakikita
na,
ngayon.
oo nga, diba? Might as well. So, yan. Tip of the
How are
day.
you guys doing now? Maulan ba sa inyo or hindi naman?
Parang ano the weather doesn't look so good. Medyo
Mm.
maulan-ulan. Okay lang, okay lang. We got home right before it rained. So, it's okay.
I really like your background. Is that the Mitch Razote office? Like the headquarters.
I wish.
HQ.
I wish.
Actually same.
Yeah.
Oo nga.
Kami
What's
rin eh.
this? Ganda industrial, ha?
And
Ganda.
Yeah. Akala nga
New
nung
York look.
previous guest namin, gym siya eh.
Actually, no,
Sabi,
mukhang gym. Pero ganda,
yeah.
ganda. See,
For
the
those who are
wonders
no?
of technology, no?
Yes, the magic of Zoom backgrounds.
Yes.
Well, actually, I know that the Prosper Nation are also curious as to why Dennis is not here. So, Rox.
Yes, so and this is part 2 of me proxying for Dennis. And
Oh.
one of the primary reasons is para ma-miss niyo naman si Dennis kasi every week you're seeing Dennis on Digital Happy Hour.
Nagpapamiss siya.
Nagpapa-cute.
Nagpapa-cute. So again, at least next time when you see him again with big energy, and then Prosper Nation, we can all come back to life. But of course, I'm also here to bring my own sense of party. If you guys are familiarized with my voice, I usually do voiceovers for all of the not all, but a lot of the Prosperina videos. So even though it's
Okay.
kind of like one of my first few like facial appearances, I'm usually in the Prosperina marketing background na talaga. So for the Prosper Nation who doesn't know yet, Prosperna has won the big final pitch during the CNN Philippines program. If you guys have
Congratulations.
thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Mitch.
Galing.
Were you able to watch it?
Oh yeah,
Mitch?
that was the perfect ending. Perfect
Totoo.
talagang last contestant.
It was such a
Totoo.
big win,
Because
no?
it's just a big win and big close. Galing.
So Prosper Nation, if you haven't, we'll link it down in the comments so you can watch the replay. Sobrang, it's not just for the us also, but also for you na ma-inspire kayo if you want to get yourselves investor or you want to see Dennis's journey to becoming the Prosper Nation now, then check it out.
And
Kaka-proud.
true.
Totoo,
At
as
So
Prosper
proud.
Nation.
At the end of the
Oo.
day, like everything we do in Prosperna then is para din sa Prosper Nation. So I think
Yes.
all of our successes then is because of everyone who's here with us today.
Galing.
So thank you, Prosper
Galing.
Nation, and more power to us. But this digital happy hour isn't about us, so enough about us. This is about you, Mitch. And
Yeah.
yeah, so for those who aren't familiar with Mitch, she's actually been one of our first few guests for Prosperna Live. So for those who are new here for Digital Happy Hour, can you introduce yourself to our audience?
Hello. Do you want? Is that me?
Yes,
Yes.
that's you.
My name is Mitch Razote. I've been with Prosperna siguro for almost 3-4 years already.
Yes, one of
I
our loyal
started
customers.
I started my real estate career actually with Prosperna. when we established and put up my website, my logo, everything talaga digitally started from Prosperna until today. So I am a real estate broker. I have my own brokerage company co-owned by my husband, Dennis. And I also co-own Keller Williams Makati.
So fancy. I heard, Justin, also, you have a background in real estate, right?
Yeah,
So
I used to work for Ayala Land International.
Ah, really?
Yeah,
Cool.
Alisi.
So I like how we have a big expert and then somebody with a background and someone with zero experience in real estate. So we'll have
We
a
can
few
share.
dynamics. May mga
Yes,
dynamics
exactly.
tayo ng real
Exactly.
estate. So for the Prosper Nation out there who is interested in maybe entering real estate, whether as a business or as an investment, stay tuned lang kayo kasi marami kayong matututuhan sa ating
Yes.
episode. Yes.
Exactly.
So can we start po pala, no? Can we have like the background story for, since we're in a pandemic, what happened to the real estate industry as a whole and your experience po as a business?
Syempre, it became difficult, not just for the real estate industry, but for everyone in general, because we weren't expecting anything this big to happen in the entire world, diba? Everyone's affected worldwide. So, of course, it became such a big shock to everyone, and we had to adapt. We had to go with the flow and accept the virus. You have to live with it, eh. 'Di ba? So, in a way, talagang we had a hard time. Honestly, when it started March 2020, we didn't know what to do because our business was basically based on meeting people, viewing properties, right? So our business is outside, our work is outside. We're not office based. So if you don't go out and meet people, close deals, nothing's gonna happen to your business. So we were really very, very, we had a hard time initially. But of course, little by little, we learned how to adopt
True.
through the help of technology. We
Yeah.
really upped our game. We really invested in technology so we could be seen even if we're not physically outside. Our products are seen by the people, even if they don't actually have to come and see the properties themselves. So it really became a big help for us to do to use technology in our business. So
Yeah,
yun, we had a hard time adopting at first, but after a while, when we got our momentum, we were able to push our business. And believe it or not, 2020 was one of the biggest years in our business.
Wow.
Yeah.
So bounce
So,
back.
oh yeah,
True.
it's weird, but we learned something from this pandemic. I'm not saying I'm thankful for it, but because of the pandemic, we were able to find various ways to make our business grow, to be closer to our clients, and to market ourselves efficiently and productively despite what's happening in the world.
That's so
So, ang
inspirational.
daming learnings from this pandemic.
Totoo. Totoo yun. Actually,
Diba?
just a little fact, during the pandemic, kasi I joined Prosperna lang actually last March, and during the pandemic,
Ah,
still with Ayala Land.
okay.
Na-experience ko and nakita ko po talaga yung impact niya sa real estate since
Grabe, no?
hindi lang siya dahil wala ng face-to-face during the quarantine. It was also because may nangyari na dut, yung rent, yung
Yeah.
yung rent na parang natakot din invest yung mga tao kasi yung parang yung mga rent payment pinahalt nila during the pandemic to give the people space na maka-recover, and then nagkaroon ng scare yung mga tao because of that, since natakot sila na baka yung mga investment nila mag-go to waste. I really saw na every month yung mga real estate people walang benta, pero was so amazed na talagang yung biglaan na lang nagsulputan yung virtual tours, bigla na lang nagsulputan yung mga yung mga Zoom meetings na before more on face-to-face talaga real estate. Kaya grabe, I really witnessed kung gaano ka resilient and
Galing, no?
yung nangyari sa real estate. So ang galing talaga nung bounce back.
Galing.
Speaking of tech po, no, and what did you do prior to having your own website and all that? Did you have any tech or online presence prior to your website?
Meron naman. I was very sociable digitally. I would always update my social media accounts naman. But of course, that's on a personal level lang eh. You have to be professional enough to have your own professional website. So even if I had my, of course, usual Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, parang kulang kasi syempre, where will you put all your listings? When somebody asks you, oh, can you send me details of your listing in, for example, Gramercy, for example, saan ko hahanapin yung link na yon? If I don't have a website, it's posted all over. It's posted on Facebook, on digital platforms, na real estate digital platforms. But I needed a place where I can easily and quickly find it. Copy the link and send it to my client.
Yeah, especially yung your own listings
Diba?
siya, no? Kasi iba po yung
Exactly.
so a lot I based on observation, like kasi ako naman I'm not very familiar with real estate, but I noticed that all of them are always listing properties all over social media or all over, pero hindi yun sa sarili nilang website. So sometimes there's a tendency na halo-halo lang siya, like
Exactly.
you don't know what to, you don't
Tama.
know how to choose, you don't know how to look for a property. And like in that same note po, like how can people nowadays, how can they be careful when it comes to approaching siguro sales, maybe real estate agents or brokers, especially, di ba, since everybody kumpul-kumpulan sila sa isang page, madaming scams, so ganun. How can we avoid that kaya?
I always tell my clients to always deal with licensed real estate professionals just to be safe. And of course, it's the law, right? And when there are unlicensed agents approaching us, we always tell them to get themselves licensed. And we always offer our help to get them licensed because we want to improve the industry. Kasi alam naman natin, nag-proliferate yung mga unlicensed agents natin. And we know naman that they shouldn't be doing that. They shouldn't be engaging in any real estate businesses without any licenses. I always advise our clients to always deal with licensed real estate professionals. Just to be safe. And yun na nga, part of being professional is having your own brand, having your own website, which Prosperna helped me to achieve. Kasi kayong gumawa ng logo ko eh.
Talaga? Wow.
Oo.
Logo powered by Prosperna.
Yeah. Even kasi Keller Williams is a multinational company. It's one of the biggest in the US. And we have offices all over the world. And they see my logo and they always say, you have such a powerful logo.
Wow.
And you have a cool website. Hanggang Beverly Hills, sinasabi nila yan. Yung,
yes.
Ano namin, yung mga contemporaries namin, nagagandahan sila sa website. Kasi ang daming nangyayari, ang daming mong makikita, pero hindi siya cluttered. I like the way you designed it. And there's also a link where you can see all the Instagram postings. So it's not very corporate. It's fun to look at. Di ba yung iba kasi masyadong parang ang corporate niya, masyadong parang stiff.
Oh.
Diba? This one is not so overwhelming. Serious enough to check on the properties. It's corporate enough, but in a way, it's also fun to look at because there are other things that you can see na hindi masyadong serious. Like you can see the Instagram link, and then you can list your properties. Madali eh. Tapos you can navigate it in such a way na you can find a specific city where you want to check the listings. Pwede ka maghanap ng if you're looking for a resort or a condominium or a house and lot, or it's very easy to navigate. And ang pinaka-proud ko sa website na yan is you can, ako sa back end, I do my back end, I do my postings. You can do it while you're lying down in bed. It's that easy. Before I go to sleep, medyo nagpapauntak ako, upload ko nga yung latest listings ko. Either nakahiga ako sa bed or nakadapa, nag-upload ako ng listings. Ganun kadali.
Ease of use po, no?
From my cell phone. While talking to a client,
cool.
May meeting ako, minsan nagpapa-impress ako sa client. Siyempre, may mga pictures na ako ahead ng property niya. While talking, siyempre, kunyari, meeting. Hindi niya alam, secretly, pinapost ko na sa website ko yung bahay, yung listing niya. And then, 5 minutes later, oh, by the way, while during our conversation, I already posted your listing on my website.
It's done.
Can I see here? How'd you do it? While we're talking. So talaga, naiinta sila.
The big power of technology po talaga.
Exactly. And it's that easy talaga to navigate. That's why I'm so dependent on this website. Kaya makulit din ako kapag may bugs. Siyempre, hindi mo maiwasan. It's technology. I always report it naman to the support team, kay Ces. And then, mabilis naman ang response din. That's one of the strengths din of Prosperna. Rockstar kayo. Ang bilis
We do it for you.
Grabe, ang bilis. Isang email ko lang, nagaganap na. May nagaganap na. So, I'm very happy that I wouldn't last this long with you kung hindi ako masaya, di ba? It's my main business. It's my bread and butter. And I take it very seriously. And yun, kaya happy ako sa Prosperna.
Yes. Diba? Grabe. Diba? Getting teary-eyed. All that props to Prosperna.
Tapos ang galing-galing pa dun sa final pitch. Akala mo part owner ako ng Prosperna. Sobrang, oh my God, ang galing.
Thank you so much.
Sobrang galing.
Kayo nga po, di ba, isa naman sa mga customer testimonial video.
Oo naman.
Yes.
Sobrang nakatulong din po yung customer testimonial.
From the heart naman talaga yan. Sobrang loyal ako sa Prosperna because it helped me a lot in my business.
Speaking of real estate, I feel like it's very recently lang that e-commerce is now a thing. Everybody is shopping online, and diba, you were talking about how you were uploading your listings in your phone as if para ka lang nag-upload ng mga binibenta mo online for like online shopping. Do you offer like services? How is it like for your customers now that you're online ka na nagsa-service po?
Actually kami kasi it's a different strategy for us because we're real estate. We don't have like products you can buy online on the spot. Kasi we sell products that are worth millions, so you can't just click and buy.
COD.
Diba? It's just an online store for us to showcase our properties. And then they click a plug-in to chat directly with me on my Facebook page. Or they can call me, or they can email me directly there, or ganun naman mabilis, communicate with me using the website. Yun, nagiging platform ko lang talaga to showcase all the properties. But they don't necessarily have to buy it from there because they don't buy based on what they see online naman eh. Diba? You have to talk. It's different kasi you have to talk to them. They have to see the property. Ang maganda lang, sa website alone, you can already, of course, put all the details, pictures, and even the walkthrough video.
Yeah.
There's a virtual walkthrough there. So, may video ka na, may virtual walkthrough ka na. So, madaling ma-filter yung clients because if they like what they see, they'll call us. And it also works the other way around. If they're not the right market for us and they don't like what they see, there's no need to talk to us. So, it cuts the unnecessaries, di ba?
Yeah. Kasi before, pag wala kang website, you have to talk to them one by one. Sa gitna mo na lang pala malalaman na they can't buy.
Oo.
Or di mo sila target market.
Ito pa yung isa sa mga pinaka-important na nangyari during this pandemic. Yung filtering ng clients. Yung mga leads. Kasi we're also advertised all over. We have various real estate portals wherein we place paid ads. So the leads are coming from all over. So we don't know who they are. Ang natutunan namin during this pandemic is to be able to filter our leads properly. Because you can't just meet with someone, number one, who's just shopping around, not serious about buying. True. Or if they're buying in the next 2 years pa. Or yung iba snooping around, they don't have the budget for it. They're not serious enough and motivated enough. So those factors, we already try to identify before we even personally meet with them. Kasi dati, before the pandemic, sige, okay, tara, let's have coffee. Di ba?
Actually,
Iba na talaga ngayon.
Basta pag may potential, go agad. Habang tinatanong mo, tsaka mo malalaman
exactly. Waste of time.
Yes. You save your time a lot, lalo na sa technology.
Yeah. And meron pa mga instances kasi like sa real estate. Also, correct me if also I'm wrong, Miss Mitch, pero parang you set a lunch tapos, you treat both of you. Kaya, it's not just
you're
your
spending
energy.
your own resources then.
Your cash
energy and money.
Oh.
Actually, energy, money, and safety right now because every time you go out, you expose yourself to COVID.
Tsaka hindi mo din kilala yun, baby.
Yes. So we're very, very particular with the people we meet. If we meet you, alam na namin na unang-una, you're motivated to buy, you have the necessary funds, and you're buying within the next 3 to 4 months.
Out of curiosity po pala. Out of curiosity po pala, because for me, I'm somebody who's looking to have an investment in the long run, and feel na medyo napailag po ako when you were talking about how when you filter your leads na wala namang pambayad,
wala namang magawa.
Maybe in a few years pa, tumitingin lang. Like, what are your advice for example? And maybe I'll consider myself as an entry-level investor, like wala pa akong sariling investment and all that. So what's the best way for me to dip my toes into real estate?
We get a lot of calls from people who are just trying to find out those things, yung how to invest, yung mga millennials like you. We talk to them and we give them the best advice we could. Depending on their requirements, anong location, magkano ba yung i-allocate mo, ikaw ba ay may cash na pambayad or mag-loan ka. So we give them advice based on their current status. So yun, ganun ang ginagawa namin. And then we tell them to navigate the website and maghanap ka doon within your budget range. You can check the location, you can choose already. So within the website, nakakahanap sila. Kasi madali di ba? Madali i-navigate. So doon din namin sila dindirect after giving them advice. Tapos yun, syempre, wala na sila kasi they're not naman buying yet. They're just
pero at least may idea na sila.
May idea, nakatulong kami. Even if they're not buying now, later on, in the next few years, maalala ka niya, I talked to you before, ganyan. You'll never know
Kasi meron mga ganun, like, for example, ikokontakin ka nila and then they won't buy, pero mamaya 6 months later, magugulat ka na lang.
Ready.
May available na ba kayo
That's
dito?
true.
Kasi I'm ready to down.
That is the importance of technology. CRM. That's one thing also Dennis taught me. Okay, the CRM, it's very important. Before the pandemic, wala akong database. Nakakaya man sabihin, but I never had a date. I would always,
It's okay.
always
Manual
take
lang.
it for granted. Parang, okay, marami akong kilala sa Facebook, marami akong kilala sa ano. I was so spoiled na parang ako yung mini-message hindi ako nauubusan ng kausap. Pero nung nag-pandemic, nag-panic ako. Sabi ko, oh my God, this is not good. So I tried to develop the CRM nga that Dennis taught me. And true enough, I religiously updated my database when the pandemic happened last year. And then I would try as much as I could to release mga newsletters or email blasts at least once or twice a month. And because of that, yung mga past clients ko na hindi ko nakakausap, na parang sabi ko, bakit kaya after namin na close deal, hindi na ako pinansin? Nag-greet naman ako na Merry Christmas, Happy Valentine's. Lagi ako naka-greet, Happy Birthday. Hindi naman ako pinapansin. So medyo nagtatampo ko. Pero, you know what? Later on, just recently, because of my email blasting, two of the clients that I closed approached me again because they wanted to invest in real estate. Yung isa naman nag-recommend ng buyer. Yung isa nag-recommend ng listing. Sabi ko, bakit all of a sudden they're contacting me? What did I do? Then I checked my platform. No wonder they've been reading my emails for the past months.
Yes.
Because of my CRM platform. So
Power of marketing.
the power of marketing, the power of keeping in touch,
Yes.
the power of the database and the CRM.
Yeah. And
That's
I
one
think it's
thing.
also a power of customer service kasi hindi
Exactly.
babalik sa'yo kung parang alam mo yung negative yung experience nila sa'yo.
Exactly. So, hindi naman talaga sila babalik. Tama ka kung hindi sila nasihan sa service mo, di ba? So, yun. Altogether. Kaya, sobrang thankful din ako sa technology because nga, kung walang pandemic, hindi ako nagkaroon ng database. I wouldn't have started kasi tigas ng ulo ko. Parang wala lang. But when it happened, I sat down kasi syempre, you're home. You're not allowed to go out. So what are you going to do? I had the gift of time to sit down and spend time on developing my database. So that's one of the many disadvantages of this pandemic. We were given the gift of time. Those things that we were taking for granted before, nabigyan natin ng panahon and we were able to improve on the things na we would just look past and ignore when there was no pandemic because we were too busy going out. So, ito yun, yung database. Nabigyan ko ng panahon. And I'm reaping naman the rewards.
Actually, Mitch, we have a lot of incoming audience questions, but I think, Justin, is it time for a break?
Yeah, so before we continue, and I'm actually just not interested about the real estate itself, but we want to know about Mitch's journey to becoming a real estate broker. So we'll know all of that after the break.
See you later.
Hello, I'm Ari Halos from birdemaria.com, greeting you from the foot of Maria Makiling in Los Baños. And since we're from Los Baños, we'd like to share with you our plans. So, also on our website, we have pots like this, painted pot. Also have a baby Groot, looks like kind of cute. And also we have leather planters out there on our website. So, and since we're not just a nature city, we're also a science city. We also sell some science products like this one, a biopesticide, and our flagship product, Vital N, which is a biofertilizer, and it converts the air that we breathe into fertilizers for our plants right here. So just visit our website. That's birdemaria.com. You can take a screenshot of this video and The QR code will bring you to our website, and you can get 10% off on our Vital N by using this promo code Vital-N10 when you check out. You get 10% off. Okay, thank you, and we hope to see you on our website. That's birdemaria.com. Thank you and bye.
Hi, I'm Arnie from Sage Online, and we would love you to try our website. At Sage Online, we help people with their groceries. They just order on our website and we get to deliver in Butuan City, safe and hassle-free. So order now and visit us at sageonline.com.
Hey, Prosper Nation, and we're back. So before we start, let me just say thank you to all our Prosper Nation customers that gave their videos, and we hope that you are able to see each one of them. And if you're interested, you can check out their websites. So actually, I've been meaning to ask this Miss Mitch kanina, pero how did your real estate journey start? Like, did you ever say to yourself na you wanted to become a real estate agent, or may nagtutulong po ba sa inyo? Or yung mga previous work nyo before, related po ba siya sa sales?
No, never. I never wanted to be a salesperson. As in, never in my wildest dreams. I would always enjoy doing marketing and public relations, but not sales. Hindi ko talaga pinangarap mag-sales. The only reason probably why I'm here is because we started investing in real estate around mid-2000. Kami ng husband ko would buy properties. Pero yung mga project selling, pre-selling, or yung mga naka 5% down move-in, yung mga ganon, may mga ganong promos, particularly Mega World. Doon kami nakakaipon ng mga properties. So, ganon, lang kami, invest, bibili, titirhan. Pag medyo sawa na kami nakatira dun sa property, ayusin ng konti, ipopost. Pag may pumatol ng 1-year lease, lalayas kami without our furniture.
Move out na lang.
We would
Bare lang.
move out with our clothes lang, not even plates and, glasses. Maghahanap na naman kami ng bibilin. So, ganun lang ng ganun.
Furnished.
Basta may nagre-rent. Ganun talaga para kaming mga yagib na wala kaming dala. We would leave our units without anything. Just our clothes. Minsan, magre-rent lang muna kami while our unit is being rented. Of course, we had to make sure that the unit we're temporarily renting is smaller than the one we're renting para at least hindi kinakain yung aming income. So, ganun lang. We started investing mid-2000. And then, I never really tried to do real estate because I had other jobs then. And I wasn't interested in selling at all. Honestly, I thought sales was boring. I thought. Kasi yung marketing kasi yun yung love ko eh. With marketing, you're very
Creative.
mentally challenged eh.
Sales is hard.
Hindi ko naman alam pala. Hindi naman ako na-inform na ganito kahirap ang sales. Challenging. So, the first time I did sales was with Century Properties. When my boss in Mega World invited me to join him in Century Properties. So, that was the first time. I enjoyed it. Surprisingly. Kasi sabi niya, sige, join my team. Sabi ko, I don't like sales eh. Sabi niya, you try. I think you'll do well. Sabi ko, I'll give it a shot, but I will only go to work 3 times a week. Spoiled ako. Sabi niya, sige.
All.
Take it or leave it. How much are you gonna pay me? This much. 3 times a week lang. Pwede. So he agreed.
Wow.
So, I enjoyed it. And then, na-motivate ako kasi I became top project director.
Grabe.
In a matter of parang 4 months lang, nagkaroon kami ng parang competition and I beat the the old guards, yung mga talagang magagaling na
Matatagal na nasa
sa project selling, matagal na silang nagsisales. Ako talagang first time. So parang,
underdog.
underdog talaga
Ang
ako. So sabi
galing.
ko, oh my God. So sabi ko, okay pala to. Kaya ko pala. So I got motivated. And then, I stayed with the company for almost 2 years. And then I realized, sabi ko, what will happen to me when I leave the company? Dati kasi, nung 2015, sabi nila, next year, if you're planning to get a license as a broker, kailangan meron ka ng real estate management degree. So sabi ko, oh my God. So, I crammed. Sabi ko, nagpaalam ko sa boss ko, sabi ko, can I join a review class? Because I want to be a licensed broker. Sabi niya, we're too busy, ganyan-ganyan. For short, hindi ako pinayagan. So I said, sige, I sacrificed it. I quit to be able
para kapag-aral po kayo.
to be able to review.
Bigger
Ang nangyari lang kasi, late na ako naka-join ng review because they started the review November 2015. Can you imagine, I joined right after New Year's Day, mga January 2 or 3, 2016. So I missed already a month and a half or almost 2 months of review. So I started first week of January. Umalis pa ako ng 2 weeks. Because I had an engagement outside the country. So technically, ilang weeks lang ako nag-review. Kasi nag-exam na kami ng mga March. So sabi ko, I don't think I'll make this. It's going to be a miracle if I pass this because I only reviewed for a few weeks. 4 months yung review. Diba? Sabi ko, oh my God. Cramming talaga ako.
Daming plot twists.
Sobra, sabi ko, Lord, pag ako pumasa dito, miracle to. Hindi ko to gawa mo to. Pag ako pumasa dito, I will promise you, I will pay it forward. I will mentor. I will help the new agents with real estate. So yun, Diyos ko, pumasa naman. By some miracle past. In fact, right after the exams, nung nire-release na nila yung results, sabi ko, I don't wanna look at it. Kasi I don't want to feel bad.
Surprise!
Tapos, na-surprise ako because one of the licensed brokers called me. Sabi niya, hey, congrats. Sabi ko, congrats ka dyan. You passed. Sabi ko, no way.
Kala mo,
Gina-joke them.
Exactly. I saw your name because my daughter took the exam. And syempre, hinadhad ko rin yung pangalan mo. I saw your name there. Sabi ko, baka naduling ka lang. Can you send me the link? So she sent it to me. Alam mo, nakita ko yung name ko, napaiyak ako. Sabi ko, oh my God, this is happening. So yun, since then, sabi ko, ay calling ko na to. This is it. I was born to do this. Ito na to.
push na to.
Push na to talaga.
Go na, go.
Dito na ako magre-retire. Ito ang hashtag forever ko.
Yes!
Yan na yan.
Forever sa real estate.
Ito yon, love ko to. But since then, I never looked back. It's been my passion. When I wake up in the morning, yan ang una ko iniisip. Pag tulog ko sa gabi, siya pa rin yung iniisip ko. I am in love with it. I'm in love with it.
Speaking of forever po, no? You said you work with your husband, Dennis.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
what's the story behind that? Why,
Isa pa yung addict sa real estate, yung asawa ko eh. Kasi nag-invest.
Sabay po ba kayo?
Ha?
Sabay po kayo? Nag-test and everything?
Hindi pwede kasi somebody had to take care of our business. We also own an entertainment company. So, yun talaga yung business namin for 14 years na. That was the bread and butter. But when we saw that medyo humihina yung entertainment business, we immediately shifted to real estate noong 2016. So when I was reviewing, he was the one taking care of the business. So full support talaga siya sa akin. Hanggang habang nagre-review ako talaga. The best husband in the world.
Ano naman po background niya? Di ba kayo marketing and ano naman?
Oo. Ano siya pre-dent. He was a dentistry student.
Oh, ang layo po ng no?
Layo, di ba? And then, we put up a talent management company. So we were managing artists, bands. We would book musicians in 5-star hotels and casinos. Kaya din ako umalis during the review. I had to go to Cambodia to meet with one of the casinos there to discuss their entertainment platform. So we were also consulting hotels, Macau, for their entertainment programs. Yun ang business namin before. That's why siguro kaya ako sanay din sa marketing. Kasi I would market our bands. Kunyari may gig, syempre todo marketing. Watch the Bloomfields, this blah blah blah. We were also managing the Bloomfields before.
Wow!
They were with us for mga 6 years yata. So yun, sanay kaming gumawa ng mga marketing collaterals, sanay kaming mag-blast ng mga gigs. So whatever I was doing with our artists, ginawa ko sa mga listings. So I would treat my listings as my artists. Parang ganon. So it kind of worked kasi heavily marketed yung mga listings namin.
So, yun po. Siguro ang ask ko lang po is, how did you manage po yung two businesses? It's different industry, so
super.
may mga Prosper Nation din po tayo na ganun yung same situation. Like, ano pong masasabi nyo regarding it and tips?
We made it work hand in hand because in the entertainment business, that's where you get your connections, your contacts. Those are the events that you're looking for. Diba? That platform is where you can hook up with the CEOs of big companies. Hindi sila guarded kasi when they're partying, they're not a CEO when they're not CEOs when they're partying. Iba yung level ng thinking nila, mas open sila when kunyari, nagpa-party sila kasama yung Bloomfields. Iba sila. So they're very approachable during that party mode. So it worked to our advantage. We were able to establish good connections with key people in the industry, CEOs, sa hotels, ang daming connections. So we used it to our advantage instead of to our disadvantage. So it worked very well together. Pero mahirap because entertainment is, of course, nighttime. Real estate is daytime. So
Tulog pa po ba kayo?
Where is your tulog? Hanapan mo lang.
Pahinga where you at.
Exactly. So catnap sa car. Diba? So mahirap pero workable. But when it was getting difficult na to manage, kasi nga medyo yung entertainment industry, syempre, bumagsak because of the pandemic. That was the most hardly hit, di ba? Yung travel and hotel business. As early as Feb, wala na kaming contracts na pumapasok, Feb 2020. So, talagang sabi namin wala. Buti na lang nag-shift sa real estate.
That's good po.
Kasi kung hindi, saan kami kukuha ng ikabubuhay namin, di ba? Mahirap.
Yun lang po, like, how did you manage since sabi nyo nga po, like, from bumagsak yung real estate as we knew nung start ng pandemic as well as no February 2020, wala na rin po mga pasok. So, how did you po manage not just, as a business, but kayo rin po sa sarili nyo? Kasi I'm sure marami rin Prosper Nation na, meron din silang mga personal na feelings.
Oo. Mahirap, syempre, it's normal to feel sad. But knowing, kasi I'm a fighter So I don't let these problems wear me down.
Strong, independent woman.
Yes. I don't allow myself to be beaten by those problems.
Okay.
Because my dreams are bigger than my fears.
Yes.
Diba?
So,
oo, wala. COVID ka lang. Diba? Kaya kita. So, yun na nga, yung kung ano yung advantages na nasa harap ko, ginamit ko. Yung gift of time. Ginamit ko yan to my advantage. I used the gift of time to do care calls to my clients. Nagtatawag ako, nag-email ako, I reconnected with everyone. I built my database, I built my CRM, lahat 'yan. Tapos yung mga leads pina-profile namin ng todo-todo. So even before you meet up with the person, close na kayo. Kasi ano yung tawag nyo eh. Pag nagkita kayo sa viewing pa lang, ang dali mo nang i-close kasi you've been calling each other almost every day, attending to the inquiries, helping them if they have questions. So by the time you see each other to view the property,
Confident.
lambot na nila, ang bilis mo nang i-close. And you've already established the trust even before you meet. So that was the best thing we did during this pandemic. We kept our clients close. We would always make ourselves available if they have any questions kasi marami silang agam-aga, marami silang fears, marami silang questions. Vulnerable sila. So if you're there for them during the hardest times, when times are better, maiisip ko nila eh. Ito yung dumamay sa akin nung time na ang hirap-hirap ng panahon. They'll think of you. Diba? So, yun ang secret din eh, yung care calls. Care calls. You call them to care. Show them you care. You don't call them to sell. Never do that. Hindi kami tumatawag dahil gusto namin magbenta. Tumatawag kami kasi nagtatanong kami how they are, kung ano nangyari sa investment nila na bili nila last year. If there's anything we can do, can we help you resell the property? Or do you want to find another tenant? What can we do for you? Hindi yung what can we sell to you.
Bili ka.
Hindi ganon. We don't do hard selling. Never during the crisis.
Give value talaga.
Exactly. So that's how we were able to survive. Yun ang ginawa namin. Day in, day out. Ganun lang kami ng ganun. So that was March, diba? Ilang months kaming ganun. Pagdating ng months, benta, left and right.
Sarap.
My God. As in, nagko-close kami ng 3 deals in a day.
Happy holidays.
Ganun talaga. Oo, grabe. Sobrang, ganun lang pala yun. Hindi ko naman alam na ganun. So, kumbaga, we learned something very valuable during this pandemic, which we can use and do even after the pandemic. Diba? So, ang laking pasalamat talaga. And of course, the digital platforms helped a lot in this migration, in this change because of the pandemic.
I know that this digital happy hour is like, all about business, pero siguro po sa mga Prosper Nation, since you said you work with your husband,
Yes.
how do you choose the right partner for you? Pero siguro hindi lang po love, also when it comes to like business partners, para naman iba tayo this digital. Love or business. Kayo mo bahala.
Love kasi. Sa akin
Para iba.
Girl talk
Girl talk na po.
Girl talk naman tayo.
For the girls, dapat make sure mas mahal kayo ng guy kaysa mahal mo siya.
Ay.
Diba? Ayan sumili po.
Ay, yes!
Ayun po.
Mas mahal ka niya kaysa mahal mo siya. Yun lang. That's my number 1 criteria.
Ako din business partner po or working with your partner.
Ang swerte ko kasi my husband is, I think, the perfect partner for me. Why? Because yung strengths ko, hindi kami nagsasabay, hindi kami nagsasapawan because my strengths are not his strengths. Yung strengths niya rin, nagko-compliment kami. Yung weaknesses ko, dun siya malakas. Kung saan siya mahina, dun naman ako malakas.
You complete each other.
We complete each other. For example, kasi ako, ang alam ko naman yung strengths ko eh. That's one of the most important things that you need to know also if you want to thrive in this business. Know where you're good at. Huwag mong pilitin pag hindi mo kaya. Diba?
Maximize your strengths.
Maximize your strengths. Ako alam ko, happy ako sa selling ngayon. Kasi akala ko hindi ko kaya. Kaya ko pala. Masaya pala. I negotiate well because I'm able to close deals. So I guess kaya ko mag-negotiate. So I love negotiating. I love marketing. Outside that, ayaw ko na. And that's where my husband comes in. Yung mga digital platforms namin, na mga 360, yung mga videos namin na halos talaga mga naka-drone, siya yan lahat. Siya yung nagpo-produce lahat niyan. Ang galing, ang galing. We invested in mga gadgets. Yung mga gimbal ang tawag dyan, yung drone technology, yung 360 camera, tapos yung Matterport, yan, lahat yan, ininvesta namin. And he learned everything. Tapos yung production and editing siya din.
Galing.
So kaming dalawa, may team, okay na. Kasi
Woman production house.
yes, meron akong back-end, tapos ako yung frontliner, ako yung taga market, ako yung taga generate ng leads, ako yung nagko-close ng deals, kumakausap sa clients. Tapos siya din, he takes care of yung after sales namin. He handles yung mga monitoring and title transfers documentations. Pero din kaming team doon, but he overseas. Because that's not my strength. My strength is marketing and sales. So everything you see when it comes to sales and marketing, responsibility ko yun. And we made it a point to give each and everyone in the team their direct responsibilities para may accountability. So when something goes wrong, you know who to talk to. Hindi kayo nagtuturoan. Pag walang benta, it's my fault. 'Di ba? Pag may problema sa documents, yan na siya, si husband na yan. So that's how we set up the team.
That's good.
Diba? So, alam na namin. And wala na kaming turuan. Automatic yan. Pag may meeting kami, nagaganap na lang. Alam na namin yung... Alam na namin yung flow namin. Plus the fact that we're backed up by Keller Williams. So, pag ang client namin ay American or European, basta expat, the minute they hear Keller Williams, automatically, okay, you can be trusted. I'll work with you. I'll go exclusive with you. Ganun agad. So, yun.
We actually have a few questions from the Prosper Nation, although a lot of them are interested in starting their own real estate business. Some of them are curious about real estate investments in general. So, Justin, can you read our audience questions for us?
Okay, so this one, somebody asked, what are the best resources to stay updated with the real estate now that I have a real estate investment? How can I make it more passive? Parang siguro po, paano nila once na meron na silang real estate, yun nga yung mga types na pwede nilang gawin sa real estate nila once they buy one.
They have to be, they have to be closely connected with their brokers who they can run to for questions or even mga information about real estate.
Yeah.
Diba? Doon sa mga brokers talaga malalaman yan. Kaya the same way that our clients always message or they call us for information. Ano ba yung best na bilhin ngayon? Meron ka ba diyang fire sale? Diba? Tapos actually kami, even before they ask, we already offer kasi na-profile mo na sila eh. So more or less you know what they want to buy. Naka-blast na agad kami. Ito gusto to ni ganyan. Offer natin ito sa kanya. Ganon. So it's good to always have your broker close to you. Parang lawyer tsaka doctor. Di ba dapat meron kang friend na lawyer, laging may kilala kang doctor? The same way, you have to have a broker that's close to you. Yung go-to broker mo, who you trust to look after your real estate investments. Kasi hindi yan mura eh. That's the biggest investment in your entire life, di ba? So you have to have somebody you can trust to consult with every time you need to know anything about real estate.
Totoo po.
So yun. And then of course, online marami namang available. I see yung mga postings ng Lamudi, meron silang mga information na pinopost sa LinkedIn, sa Facebook page. Mga research companies, meron din yung mga colliers. Oo, di ba? So
Colliers.
that's also where
Meron.
I check on the latest in the industry. Plus of course, my peers, yung mga, marami kasi kami mga licensed brokers na mga chat groups wherein we help each other, may mga forums kami. So, ang laking tulong. Ang sarap maging broker kasi, ano yan lagi kayo may grupo, hindi ka mawawala ng kausap. At saka, isang tanong mo lang, kuyog yung mga sagot, andyan na. Doon sa mga Viber groups namin, tsaka WhatsApp groups. Ang dami talagang tutulong sa'yo.
Siguro po, for that, someone na, had an experience. Other thing is to stay up to date. Do your research din kasi para
True.
you have to know also what investment works for you. Kasi
Yes.
if you want a lupa lang, if you want something that's short term, if you want something na magamit mo na agad, kasi there's pre-selling and then
Iba-iba.
yung RFO mo,
Exactly. Yung pinag-usapan natin
flip mo pa
kanina.
siya. So, kailangan mo rin mag-research about, what kind will work for you and will work for your budget.
Exactly. That's where profiling comes in. Di ba yung kinukwenta ko kanina? Ang dami kasing ways to make money in real estate. Di ba? You can buy, hold, flip, fix and flip, just do rentals while you're waiting for your property to appreciate. You can buy a pre-selling project, pay 20% in the next 5 years while it's appreciating. And then by the time ma-turnover na, pwede mo pa siyang parent habang nag-appreciate yung property. Then sell it. Diba? So many things you can do with real estate. Ganun ang ginawa namin since 2000, mid-2000 ng husband ko. So when I said kanina na real estate saved us from this pandemic, I'm not just talking about our sales, but of course, our investments saved us from this pandemic. We were able to turn to it, flip some properties, and at least have some earnings na we can use while this pandemic is ongoing. Kasi you don't know, sa sales kasi you don't know when the next sale will come.
That's true.
So you always have to have at least a buffer. Good for at least 8 months. Ganun kami, dapat may buffer kami. Wala kang benta in 8 months. Dapat buhay ka.
Financial advice, Prosperna.
Exactly.
Real
8
estate.
months buffer. Magkano expenses mo sa isang buwan? Dapat times 8
Have an
yan.
emergency fund.
Meron ka. Yes. Meron din kaming insurances.
It's good po.
Naniwala kaming magpa-insure because of this pandemic. So, bumili kami ng lahat yan. Sun Life, True Life.
Nangolekta na ng pandemic.
Ano pa ako?
Secure na sa
kami ng-
lahat ng klaseng pwede pang mangyari.
Yes. Nag-i-invest na rin kami sa mga US stocks ngayon. Marami mga index funds ngayon eh. So, we're also trying to divert some of our investments into
With stocks po ba?
multinational stocks. Oo. Yung
Speaking
mga,
of stocks po, no, 'di ba uso na rin yung REIT, Investment
Correct.
Trust for Real Estate.
Yes. Although we haven't touched that because we have real estate investments already. So we need to diversify naman. So saan naman? Yun ang insurances, bonds, index funds. Tapos lately, naglalaro ako ng mga US stocks, yung mga Tesla, Google. Pwede ka nang bumili. Pwede na.
Pwede na po ba?
Pwede
Like
na.
locally?
Yes.
Through a local po or
May local brokerage company dito. Tapos try nyo sa Gcash.
Gcash, yung G-Invest.
nag-i-invest nga ako doon.
Yan.
Pero kasi meron po silang like as low as 50 pesos. So,
Exactly.
may extra ka. Like pwede mo na siya.
Pwede.
Kasi meron yung mga aggressive na meron aggressive na mag-i-invest ka sa stocks. Pero
Depende
yung
sa risk.
ginagamit ko lang now na para lang siyang nasa
Moderate.
It's just that mas mabilis lang yung
Exactly.
yung interest rates niya kasi nga it's moving also.
Yes.
Money fund ata yung tawag dun eh.
Oo. Marami may consumer technology, may kung ano-ano silang index funds na pinagsama-sama nila.
Ang maganda dun, tinatanong nila kung gaano ka ka-aggressive as
Correct.
investor. So, namamatch nila yung kung
Risk
sa
appetite
mo
mo.
ng investment.
Pinatulan ko rin yan. So,
Ngayon
lahat,
nga po, tinatry ko like kahit mga
try
50
lang.
peso.
Yeah.
Kasi it builds up naman eventually.
Exactly. Itong mga US stocks na pinaglaloroan ko recently, in less than a week, I earned $44. Saan mo naman kukunin yun, di ba? So, nakakatuwa.
Kakayod.
Oo.
Actually, prior to the pandemic, I actually tried cryptocurrency.
Uy,
Yung
grabe.
yung Bitcoin. Hindi,
Wow.
pero actually, meron po kasi tayo yung parang coins.ph. Pwede ka mag-trade lang doon. Nag-trade lang ako ng 20 pesos. And then suddenly it grew, naging 200 pesos. Saan ang galing to? Grabe yung imagine if I started with something big, it could have multiplied, diba? So, talagang lang din, no? Lots and lots of research, tapos patience lang din kung ano yung magandang trade for investment.
Which goes back to real estate kasi it's the most stable.
Si real estate talaga.
Yun nga. Kaya
It's not going down, going up.
Yes.
Necessity siya kasi kahit matapos yung pandemic, I feel like people will still look at real estate.
Exactly. Yeah. So that is the bulk of our investments. Nasa real estate talaga. The others, syempre pang diversify lang. Pero talaga, majorly, it's with real estate. And we're very passionate about it. Siguro kasi nakikita rin ng clients namin. Now we're talking to them not as salespersons, not as agents, but also as co-investors. Kasi yung style namin, hindi kami hard sell. Pag ako mismo nagsasabi, don't buy this. Why? Kasi sinasabi ko yung what's wrong with the property. Full disclosure kami. And maybe because of that, nakikita nila yung na-earn namin yung trust nila.
They're not here to make money off of us. They want us to have a good investment.
Exactly. And then we don't make singel. Pag happy ka na, tapos na yung transaction, everything is done, we'll bill you. Ganun kami. We don't, kunyari may nagbayad ng ganitong amount. Oh, prorated mo yan. Hindi. We don't do that. When you're happy, when the transaction is done, you have all your papers. Tapos na, that's the time we bill you. Diba? So, I don't know if the others do that. That's our style. Kasi, syempre, tapusin mo muna yung trabaho bago ka kasi ako, ganun ako. I don't know about the others. Minsan, I forget pa nga eh. Nasingin ba ito? Ginawa ko ba ito? Technology rin. In-automate ko na yung mga billings namin.
That's good.
PayPal business. So, naka-ano na yan, may date na on when my billings will be emailed to the clients. That's one thing also I learned during the pandemic. Because nag-suffer din kasi yung company namin. Our admin assistant passed away.
Due to
not naman because of COVID, na-stroke siya. So, we were a team of 6, namatay yung isa, na-lay off yung dalawa. So, from 6 down to 3. So, doon talaga nangyari yung nahirapan kami when it started nung last year, nalagas yung team namin. So, imagine all the paperwork na biglang nasa akin. Billings, payables, filing system. So, talagang it was a total mess when it started. Pero, luckily naman, thankfully, we were able to recover.
That's siguro one last question po from the audience is, for new investors, how can we know if their offering price is worth the investments? Or how do you know property is worth the investment?
I think so then po yung for example, how do I know na yung selling price mo like worth ba siya sa market na yan? Ganyan ba dapat yung presyo binibenta?
May simple ROI computation kaming ginagawa. Pero approximate lang. You find out how much yung rental rate ng property na binibili mo. For example, the condominium property is worth 5 million. Magkano mo yan mapaparent sa market? 30,000. Kunyari, 30,000. Times mo siya? Times 12 to get the yearly rent. And then, divide mo dun sa total contract price. You will get your ROI. Pag nakuha mo yung ROI mo, kasi sa atin, masaya nang maka 4, 5, 6% ka eh. But some investors, they require at least 7% ROI. So, ganoon ang ginagawa naming simple computation. Yung ROI-based
Pero po, di ba may iba-iba po? Like, fully furnished, and bed. Po dun yung price na, nyo, eat,
Depende
ROI.
depende sa binibili. Kung ang binibiling property is fully furnished, you get the rental rate for a fully furnished similar property.
Paano po pag pre-selling?
Pag pre-selling, medyo mahirap tansyahin kasi how will you know the value of the rental of that property 5 years from now? You don't know di ba? Ang panalo lang sa pre-selling, you don't give out cash right away. It's spread out, di ba? Yung 20% down payment or equity ng investor is spread out in maybe 3 to 5 years. So, ang liit lang para ka lang nagbabayad ng cellphone bill every month. Di ba? By the time...
Yung mga property kami, nagugulat ako. Like, yung down payment niya every month is nasa 7K lang or 5K.
may ganun eh.
Kaya.
Diba?
Kasi pre-selling pa 2024 pa
Exactly. So, ganyan din nag-adjust ang mga developers during the pandemic. They couldn't really bring down the prices too low because nga, syempre, hindi naman fair for the others who bought pre-pandemic times. What they did was they stretched the payment period to make it more reasonable and more affordable for the people to buy. So, pinatagal, they stretched it. So, the more you stretch the payment period, the lower the monthly payment will be. So, napaka-sweet spot nung dati ino-offer niya 12,000 a month. Naging 6 or 7,000 a month kasi they stretched it.
Gulat din ako eh.
Pero mahal pa rin nila binibenta. Mahal pa rin. You cannot beat the secondary market. Pero, because of the payment scheme, mapapabili ka. So, it depends on your positioning. Do you have the funds to buy in the secondary market with a lower price or hanggang monthly ka lang muna? So, it depends on the buyer talaga. So, we always give options. Kasi kung may cash ka naman, bumili ka ng super mura, fire sale from the secondary market. And then, i-flip mo na lang. Pero kung wala, mag-pre-selling ka.
Grabe, Prosperna. In just 1 hour, feeling ko dami ko ng real estate expertise na natagdag sa akin.
Masaya mag-real estate.
Bukas sa real estate.
Okay, guys. After ito, mag-email na ako kay Mitch. Mitch, hello.
Ano po latest pre-selling nyo?
Opo. Ready na po ako, promise. Hindi na to joke.
Alam nyo, kung makakabili kayo ngayong pandemic, now is the right time to buy. You will never see this type of offer from developers. Yung sobrang stretched. As in 5 years, 0% interest. Oh my God. Diba?
0% interest.
Diba 5 years? Ano ba yan? Tapos dun sa mga, unfortunately, we have a lot of unit owners na naka-bank loan ngayon na nawala ng trabaho. That's why they're selling their properties instead of foreclose. Binibenta nila at a very low price. Below market value. So, yun, meron pa rin opportunity for those who are liquid to buy properties that are below market value.
Kahit pa paano na maka-invest sila and then at the same time, nakakatulong din sila dun sa mga need ng...
Exactly. Oo.
Grabe. Ang strong.
Diba?
Okay, Prosperna. Actually, Justine, I think that's all the time we have for today.
We're done. Ang bilis.
Ang bilis nga. I'm so sad. I was like, can we extend?
Like we said, like even though we cut our time, I know that many Prosperna have been like and not just in terms of becoming a real estate salesperson, but how to invest in real estate itself. So before we wrap up na talaga, where can we find you, Mitch? Like your social media handles or as well as your website?
Okay. My website is, of course, courtesy of Prosperna. It's mitchrazote.com. Yun lang, simple lang, mitchrazote.com. And then I also have a page. I hope you can visit the page. It's Mitch Razote Realtor Facebook page. I'm trying to reach 10,000 likes. Nasa mga
Wow.
9,414.
Lalagay po namin yan sa
Tulungan
screen.
niyo ako.
Push
Yes.
for 10K.
Oo.
Let's go 10K.
Instagram, Mitch Razote Realtor also. I have LinkedIn, the same, my name din. Twitter, I'm not so active with Twitter pero meron din akong Twitter. So yun, those are my handles and my social media platforms.
Like, follow, and subscribe, Prosper Nation.
You know,
Yes.
Prosper Nation, if you have any real estate needs, you know where to find it. So, unfortunately, all the time that we have, but we'll be back right next week for another episode of Digital Happy Hour.
Yeah.
Thank you also,
Thank you,
Rox, and thank
Mitch.
you, Prosper Nation.
Thank you.
We'll be back next week. Bye-bye.
Cheers! Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Cheers.